Hi, it's Michelle again. Today in this lesson we're going to talk about rounding and estimating and what are the rules. Rounding and estimating are basically similar things that we're going to do, and if you will look at the screen, we're talking about an example. Here's a word problem. You're going to Kroger's and we're going to put some stuff in our cart and we're going to estimate. We all want to make sure that we estimate. That way when you're at a grocery store or a clothing store or anywhere else that you want to buy something, you want to make sure that you always have enough money. So when we round, we're going to round to whole numbers, meaning approximate. Okay, it's not going to be exact. That's why it's rounded. So when we round these, it gives you an example and it works through this. And if you look at the screen, it tells you what to do. You locate the number to the right. If it's 5 or bigger, you go up 1. If it's 4 or smaller, you leave it alone and the digits behind it become zeros. It goes through some examples of showing you how 52 goes to 50, 36 rounds to 40, and I think of this as walking down the street. If you're 52 at house 52 and you want to go visit a friend, it's closer to go visit the friend that lives at house 50 than it is to go to the house at 60 because it's only 2 blocks versus 8 blocks. This is a rhyme that will help you do rounding. So it says underline the digit, look next door. If it's 5 or higher, you add 1 more. If it's 4 or lower, you just ignore. Digits to the left stay the same. Digits to the right, zeros their name. That's just a cute little rhyme to help you know what to do when you're rounding. So we're going to look at some of these examples, and I have these worked out for you on the notes that I uploaded. So if you want to look at those, print those out, it will help you. We're going to go through this kind of quickly. So what I want to do is go to this one at 25. And 25, if you notice, he is equal distance from 20 and 30. But because of our cute little rhyme and the rule says if it's 5 or higher, you add 1 more. Therefore, we have to round the 5 up to the next one, which would be 30 versus going backwards to 20. We're going to do one of these examples. Okay, we're going to do the place value, and I'm going to switch over to the board, and we're going to do the very bottom one. We have the number 921,976, and we're going to take that and we're going to round it to 3 different places. The first place value that we're going to do is to round it to the thousands place. So according to the rhyme, it says underline the digit, and that's the one that we want to round. We want to round to the thousands place. So we're going to underline the digit and we look next door. So I'm going to look next door at my 9. And it says in the rhyme, if it's 5 or higher, you add 1 more. Well, 9 is definitely 5 or higher. So we want to add 1 to the 1 and make it a 2. And when we do that, that now becomes 922,000, and all of the rest of the digits behind the one that we changed, notice they dropped off and became zeros. And anytime you're rounding, that's what you want to do. The number either changes or it stays, and the ones behind it become zeros. Okay, so now let's change what we're looking at. It says we want to take this exact same number, and now we want to round it to the hundreds place. So the number that's in the hundreds place, the digit is a 9, and it says we look next door. When I look next door, I see a 7. Is it 5 or higher? Yes, it is. Because it's 5 or higher, that means we have to add 1 more. In this case, when you add 1 more to 9, 9 would become a 10, but that's a problem. When you can only have a single digit in each place value, when we have 10, we have to also add 1 more to the one in front of it. So when we round this number to the hundreds place, it would also become 922,000. Okay? Because the 9 became a 10, and when it became a 10, we added 1 to this one because you have to carry when you run out of room. Now the last place we're going to round it to is the tens place. So what do? You underline your digit. This time it's a 7. And we're going to look next door. Is it 5 or higher? Yes, it is. It's a 6. So we have to add one more to the 7. And when we do that, it will become an 8. So now we have 921,980 this time. So the digit I wanted to change became an 8, and the ones behind it became zeros. Anytime you are rounding, that is what you do. The number that you want to change, it either stays the same number or it will go up one more, and the ones behind the one you're going to change become zeros. There are a number of examples that I have worked out for you, every one of these in this chart that are on the notes that I uploaded. So make sure that you look at those for other examples.